So I'm going to show you kind of the best way to get good resolution figures into your paper. It's kind of the standard practice for um, how we do it, especially for journal manuscripts. So I know most of the figures you have are in a PowerPoint presentation. And the best way to get these figures into your paper is to export the slides as pictures. And how you're going to do that is you're going to go to File, Export, and then you're going to go your file format for export. You're going to want to pick one of the picture images, JPEG, TIFF, or PNG. You can leave this if you want to save every slide. What it'll do is it'll put them all in a folder with this name. If you only want to save the current slide, you can save one slide at a time, give each slide its own name, whatever you pick. We're just going to save every slide just for the time being. And then you're going to click export, and see, and they've all been saved in a separate file in the folder users, me, documents, your folder, file, and overview. So then if you go to the Word document, what you're going to do is to put your figure in your Word document, what you're actually first going to do is draw a text box. And this is going to be kind of the canvas for your figure. And then you're going to go up, you're going to insert the figure. We're going to pick, because I know slide 3 has a figure on it, and this is an exact copy of the slide from the PowerPoint in a high resolution picture version. And this has a little bit of extra stuff in it, so I'm just going to go ahead and crop it. Crop out the stuff we don't need, and then I can enlarge it. If I really want to, I can center it, and it'll center it in the text box, not with respect to the text itself. And then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to right click. You want to insert caption. It's a figure. And there you go. You have the figure and the caption all together. You can shrink up your text box for however much or however little white space you want around the top and the bottom. And then what you can do is if you go to shape format or wherever it is on your computer where you choose what the position of the figure is, we're going to put this at the upper right corner, and then it wraps all of the text, not just around the figure, but around the caption as well. When you don't put this in a text box like this, sometimes the text of your paper doesn't recognize the figure caption as well. And another thing you're going to want to do is doing it this way can sometimes leave this little black outline. So you can go and you could just make sure you keep your shape fill, no fill, outline, no outline, and then you have a really nice figure. Now, the other kind of figure I noticed you had in your paper were tables. And tables kind of work in one of two ways. If you have a smaller table, just delete this real quick. It's the same thing. You're going to start with a text box canvas. You're going to go to Insert, Insert Table, pick the size of the table you need, put whatever it is you need in the table, and then you're going to go, just like with a figure, insert caption, only this time it's a table caption. Okay, and it'll put it on top of the table like it should be. Now, for larger tables, like we have in our really, really big spreadsheets, how probably the easiest way to get all of this transferred into your paper as a figure is you want to select the whole parts of the spreadsheet that you want in your figure. So let's just say we want these ones, and then you're going to copy. You're going to go back to your PowerPoint. I have a blank slide. You're going to paste special. And again, you're going to pick either the picture PNG, picture TIF, and then you could make it as big as you want. You will, the bigger you make it, you will lose some resolution. So if you need it to be bigger, the best thing to do is increase the font size in the text itself. Like if I make just these 4 columns, if I make their font size, oh, just say 7. Well, okay, maybe not 72. We'll say 28. 28 is more reasonable. Element name, element type, fix it down. Database name, element ID, and then we'll copy these. I will just paste special again, paste as a PNG, and you can see the font size is a little bit bigger. Now again, this will translate to bigger yet again once you put it in the paper. And especially like if you have a whole lot of table information, it'll probably cover up the whole slide anyway. But these are just 2 options. But that's the basics of converting an Excel spreadsheet into a figure, and then you just same thing. You go to export. You want to export it as one of the picture files. You can do it as current slide, or you can just do all of your figures at once and then save them together, export, and then go and put them in and put it in as a figure. Although you will put a table caption on it, not a figure caption, because it is still technically a table. And that's basically how you do it. That's how you import. That's the easiest way to convert PowerPoint slide figures into pictures that you can put in your paper while keeping them at a high resolution. And those are the 2 easiest ways to put spreadsheets in your paper while still keeping them looking nice, and also make them easier to manage. One thing that Microsoft Word does have an issue with is if you want, this is more of an issue with 2 column papers, but wanting tables that span the whole page, sometimes Microsoft Word has an issue with that. But if you have it in a text box, it doesn't see it as a table, it sees it as the giant figure of the text box. So you have a lot more control over how you put things. So that's it. I hope this tutorial is helpful, and I hope that this is able to get you the figures that you need.